The festival is nigh!
So we will randomize the board and get the match started. Shura, center square.
Remembrance. I think it's going to be one of those.
I will go with the 2 tree sentinels. It was Renala after 4 summons is the center square here.
Market 6 parries and Godric. Oof.
Yeah, so that's really strong for early Stormveil.
But also that Diag, Red Wolf, and Renala.
Whoa, actually, Godric is crazy, though, because so there's 3 Remembrance squares. You have Remembrance Daggers, Remembrance Flails, and Godric Nepheli. So there's a lot hinging on Godric. A lot in the Legacy dungeons as well, because you have Red Wolf as well as Renala on here. 3 Remembrances on the board. There's going to be a lot of Remembrance kills. You have Goldfree in Capital.
Oh my gosh.
We have Ancestor Spirit, right? So Regal, another Remembrance for that 3 Remembrances. That combos well with the Bellbearing square, because you need to have Radahn dead, and that's down by Regal for that second Bellbearing. Also combos well with Larval Tears. This is kind of an ideal board, I think, against Nexus, right? Because there's not a super obvious early rush. There are some early rush squares. You could do cave, grottos, or hideaway dungeons. You have trolls, which combos well with tunnels. Margit parries, like, but that being said, right, like Nexus is super strong with these like niche bingo rush squares, like crackpots, paintings, consumables, these sorts of tree scent, these sorts of things. Yep. None of those are on the board. I think this is if I'm Stocko, I'm very pleased to see this board.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, there isn't just one right play. It's really going to come. Oh, man. It's a tough call on what to do in the beginning of this game.
Yeah, it's similar to the board we had from last game, right? Like I said during your game, I was like, there's a lot of options you have. I think once we see that, like, I can't tell what the best play is right now. I think once we see the game progress, we will see what it is. Early on, I like the idea of potentially Renala.
I think
Margit parries is good too.
I think value in my head, I would go red, or I would go to Liurnia, probably check that small shield check, and if it's like a good small shield, like an easy one to parry. I guess they're already starting with parry, or I think that shield that Nexus has no skill. No
skill on it. And Stocko instead starts with the Great Stars, a really good smithing weapon. If it doesn't end up being a smithing game, Great Stars is one of the best ones that you can have due to the stance damage and the bleed, and just a really good Great Hammer moveset. The one thing I do like about having access to Renala is, unlike Godric, so some of the Remembrance squares can be comboed, others cannot. You cannot do Godric Nepheli and like Remembrance with X square at the same time. The reason why is because Nepheli hits Godric, so you can't do both. With Renala, you can, because it's just 4 summons. So it's scary, right? It's difficult, especially because you got to worry about the summons. It's a long fight. But like you could combo that with flails, whips, daggers, or fists, right? That could be comboed, which would be very strong.
Yep. I did see a class that had a small shield and a whip, but yeah, that having Godric Nepheli Lu, like, you don't want to really be locked out of a square ever in a game, and yeah, you would have to forfeit one of those squares, or I guess you would do Margit 6 parries into whips. And maybe that could be a play, but I mean, then your opponent just knows that, hey, I don't have to go do that for, forever now. I just have to get 12.
There are also going to be, I think, potentially some mind games with the Renala square, because it's like, it is center square, but you could combo it. Like, do you greed and try to get a flail or a whip or something online, or dagger, or do you just kill her and claim center square? Same thing with Godric Nepheli, right? Well, Godric Nepheli can't be comboed, but there's mind games on that one too, because the easiest boss to do Remembrance with X squares is Godric. So by virtue of claiming Godric Nepheli, you no longer have the ability of doing the Remembrance with X on Godric. Very interesting board here.
If if one of them checks the flail and it's like chain link or something like that, I
Yeah,
think it definitely is like a play you go
Renaloable.
for. Yeah. Well, and I mean, you're gonna be in there probably plus 0 or whatever, but it has bleed.
Yeah, you just need to be careful to not accidentally kill her. We've seen 2 accidental Renala kills this weekend, actually. Um, you can't do that.
Yeah, Ginger had it, and then
Helios.
yeah, yesterday game. Yeah, he stared at it, and I was like, oh, he's just gonna forfeit the square, and
Yeah.
he had to quit out real quick, which is somewhat lucky because I know for Godric, I know if he quit out, sometimes he's just straight up gone. Like he won't respawn.
Yeah.
There's you can get unlucky like that.
I also think it's looking like Stocko here is immediately committing to running the smithing route. There is a fastest smithing stone route that the players have theory crafted, and it does start with picking up the smithing 1 at the Kale Church. That is the first step to running it. So he might just full commit to the smithing route, and with Great Stars, it's a good option, right? It's a very good option. Actually, both these weapons are great smithing weapons. I love Grave Scythe. I think Grave Scythe is great. I overall would prefer the Great Stars. That being said, like this class started with 15 Vig, and Nexus already has the Grave Scythe online ready to go.
That's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, Stocko has a slightly better weapon, but the stat spread was not as ideal. He has less health at the start, and it's going to take him a bit more to get his Great Stars online.
Yeah, funnily enough, Nexus has said that he does not like the Grave Scythe. He doesn't like any of these scythes, actually.
Really?
I think it's mostly due to the scythe's R2 is kind of as bad as most halbergs, where the recovering frames are just too slow for the poise damage that it does. So it's just an R1 weapon.
Yeah, or jump R2s.
Yeah.
I do like I think the Grave Scythe is fun. That might be due to personal attachment as well. I did a Grave Scythe run way back in the day, and like it's so good with obviously it's not bingo viable especially because of the randomized incants, but if you get spinning weapon and Bloodblade, it goes crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, that incant is randomized, so you wouldn't be able to get anything like that online, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that on a Geno video a while ago, and then I was like, I gotta try this for myself. I gotta see what this is like, and it's max. Yeah,
no. Great Stars is also good. I don't know how far is he off?
I couldn't see his exact stats. I know it's 20. I know he's missing some decks, and it is 22 strength. So with the 2-handing bonus, that means he needs 15. Yeah. Both players are just going straight to Liurnia. Nexus is a little bit ahead because he's a psycho with routing, and because Stocko picked up the smithing 1 at the Kale Church.
Yep. I think Nexus probably checks the small shield.
Yeah, Nexus might do a small shield check, and then if it doesn't hit, just go straight Red Wolf. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Because you should expect Margit's berries to get marked
pretty quickly.
Like at 6 something. Well, I guess I'm not sure about the timing whenever you don't start off with a shield without parry. I don't know how long it takes to actually get like that medium shield by Bernal and then put parry on.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that takes.
Yeah, also, because we got a minute I know because we had the short turnaround, do a little bit more of like an introduction on the players for anyone who's not super familiar with them. I will start with Nexus because he's on the left. Nexus is he started playing in this Rookie Rumble event that we did before season 2 with like Nartok, Ellie, etc., a bunch of others, etc. He ended up coming in 3rd in that event. Also, Banish Knights +8. That's really good for Red Wolf.
Yep.
Like really, really good. Like there's your smithing weapon. It's not a somber you need long term, but that's a great smithing weapon for now.
Yeah, now this is just a Red Wolf rush. I don't even think he checks the markets or the small shield.
But yeah, Nexus is he started playing bingo a little bit more recently than Stocko, at least in that Rookie Rumble event. He came 3rd, lost to Nartok in the semifinals in a great set. and then won the third place match. Additionally speaking, since that event, like he's just really become addicted and fallen in love with bingo. The amount that he's really contributed to like routing in early game and continuing to push the meta forward. He's one of the biggest drivers of it, and he's a great dude and shares his information with everyone rather than just gatekeeping it. Even though he could to his own advantage, but he also is a former Fortnite pro. So, has some, well, I don't think professional, but like he was very, very elitely competitive at the game, particularly in 1v1s. Like I don't think he did esports, but was very elitely competitive in in that scene.
I think he can count the amount of losses in one. I think he's lost like 3 times. Yeah. He's won so many 1v1s that like his losses are burned into his mind. Yeah. Because that's the only time he's lost.
Yeah, and now talking about Stocko a little bit. So Stocko is an OG. When I first came into, I was not like there's this Zero Scratch server that we all play in. It's where Elden Squares is hosted. And Stocko was like a founding member of it. He was there before I got there. I met them because they were all playing bingo. They saw me playing bingo on stream, and we became quick friends. This is Stocko's 4th bingo event. He played in the initial Elden Squares tournament, and he played in Elden Squares Season 1, as well as he played in a different an event, a different organization. And recently, he's really turned it around. He was always like competitive at the level, but like Elden Squares Season 1 was a lot shorter. He went 1-4 that season. And it really lit a fire under him, and he's just been playing his ass off over the last few months in preparation for Season 2. And like really his game has improved so much. He's probably the most improved player from last season to this season. And as you can see by the record, because the field's stronger this season, I think there's no question about it. And Stocko went from 1-4 last season to fighting for playoffs and potentially even the 1 seed in his division with a win today. So kind of older school versus newer school. 2 great players going at it, and it should be a fantastic one.
And they're both rushing Red Wolf now. They're just gonna... Nexus will get there first. He has the Magic Reese.
Yeah.
And... wait, did Stocko not... He must have not equipped it, right? He ran...
I don't know if... I don't think he did Halberd check, actually.
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think he did Halberd check. Because I noticed that Nexus was a little bit behind, and then they ended up warping at like a very similar time. Yeah, Ginger confirms he did not do the Halberd check.
I noticed that Stocko caught up, and I was like, oh. Even with... I know Stocko did do the small shield check. It was the Ice Crest shield. I'm not sure if that comes with parry or...
I know you can put parry on it, but I don't think it comes with parry. That being said, Nexus is going to be the first into Red Wolf. He puts the Magic Grease on his weapon and is ready to go to work.
I need this square.
Yeah, like a 10-minute Red Wolf entrance with Halberd check is just an insane time also. It's a testament to how much he puts into his routing.
I know it's not posted on the website, but this is going to be by far the fastest Red Wolf that we've seen in the Golden Order so far.
Well, don't jinx him. He gets tagged.
Albeit, many times it hasn't been rushed, but I mean, yeah, walking in at 10 is whenever he was doing his testing, I think that's what he told me, that basically he'd always walks up to the door.
Yeah, this is going to be a sub 11-minute Red Wolf. I've never seen a Red Wolf this fast.
Fantastic, bro. 10:53.
Damn.
Now Stocko.
I mean, I'm still gonna kill it.
He has. Oh, he has Great Stars wieldable. That's probably why.
Yeah.
I guess he has something wieldable. It could have been Dragon Halberd, I guess.
Okay. So now Nexus is gonna clean up 2 caves.
Yeah, Nexus is going for caves now.
Okay, get hammers. You can't do jumping R2s. I forgot about
Yeah, like Stocko's Red Wolf entrance was pretty fast as well. Just Nexus's was ungodly. Nexus is now going for caves. He's going to destroy Bofa, so we'll keep it full screen with Stocko.
I don't know if it's a good thing that we have the same plan or what.
Not grabbing the banish Hellbait plus 8.
Yeah, well, he thinks it might be Dragon. He's probably going to go check it because he talked about, like, when he was in the fight, he said, like, oh, it could be Dragon Halberd. Like,
yeah, because he
got
did it so
fast.
quick.
Yeah. Given how fast he did it, like, the Halberd
it's
had
not
to
a
hit.
Yeah, you know it's not a if it's
Die, please.
if it's not banish Halberd plus 8 or it had to be something good. Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be Banish or Dragon Halberd. There's no other way.
Yeah, because a +0 weapon is not going to do that. Well, unless it's Dragon Halberd. Obviously.
Oh no!
Oh no, goodbye. He rolled backwards, I think. That's what caused him to get hit.
Yeah. Stocko goes down there, and now Nexus is just straight chilling. Especially like you get banish plus 8 too. Like that will carry you through the early game. For me the best part about banish plus 8 is like the rush to get a somber 4. You still want to switch to a somber or either upgrade, like either want to upgrade it or something, right? Banish 9 plus 8 is not good enough to carry you through the whole game, but you can delay weapon prep a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean from there you saw that he just did one cave.
Yeah.
Immediately because you have a weapon online. Go ahead. Just like you don't have to set something up for a bit.
Now he's gonna go for the troll.
Yeah, you could start cleaning up some of the squares that you wouldn't really want to try at +0.
Yeah.
Balls in particular, I don't like at +0.
Yeah. Also, I want to say like. I mean, I know a lot of times the players get through Red Wolf and stuff quickly, but like this is not an easy fight really. Like in your casual playthrough, sometimes Red Wolf can seem like a bit of a pushover, but it's like he's squishy, but he hits super hard. He has a fairly complex moveset. Like there's even some frame trap potential in there. It is a difficult fight, like you know, and it just is a testament to like how good the players are that we don't see them die very often here.
Yeah, I mean this one little mistake and you're gone basically.
Yeah.
He just fully kill you.
Like the game expects you to have like a +3, +4 somber, you know, probably 20 to 25, and Nexus goes down to the 5 time.
Now 6 time. That's the 6th time.
Big bleed there for Stocko. Finishes off Red Wolf.
Fucking stupid. Oh my god.
Red Wolf down.
That sucks.
That is somewhat the reason I don't like bowls. The only time I like going for bowls is whenever I have like a weapon.
Please don't happen again.
That I can stagger with, like a hammer or a greatsword, because those were like I think 2 charge R2s will do it always.
Don't suck this time.
But with Halberg's, the charge R2 kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think it's 3 jump R2s, maybe even 4.
Not sure, but if you get unlucky, I mean,
yeah,
like,
I don't know why you can get it. That first stagger is you can even with the halberd you can get it 100% because he just stands there, and he has a really fast poise reset timer, so it is hard to like once you get him out of the stance loop, it is hard to break his stance because he resets poise really quickly. Yeah, it is 3 jump R2s to stagger. Gonna wild strikes the head here now, and then we'll try to take the repose. No, it just decides to keep wild strikes or spinning strikes.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, the glint blades are out. He needs to be very careful, especially because they're hard to see. They're so high up.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I hate getting hit by these glint blades because they knock your ass to the ground.
And they hit hard.
Yeah, I mean, you said he had 15 vigor. He should survive it, but like barely. With any lower vigor, you just die.
Yeah. All right, nicely done by Nexus on bulls there.
Right now.
Stocko going mem stones? Yeah, he is. I actually didn't even see memstones on the board.
Yeah, it's why the Academy plays seem
Yeah, so good.
really nice. Yeah.
10 Vigs does survive 1 Glitblade. Thank you, Snowy. Next is doing the little drop down skip here, going for this second troll. This is Stone Digger Troll in Limgraves. This will be his second troll boss as well as his first tunnel. He also has a cave under his belt. Yeah, I will say this is a tough spot for Stocko, right? Because it's hard to match Nexus in the early game anyways, especially when you throw a death into the mix. It's really bad. Thankfully for Stocko, Nexus did die too, right?
Yeah.
Kind of equalizes that a bit.
When it comes to, or at least in playing in these, like, deaths are like one death will just basically, that's it. That's your game.
Yeah, it's
sometimes it can be like that just because of how high the competition is.
It's the
you have to be able to do it.
It's the unfortunate part about having like super high competition, right? Like one big mistake can just be game losing, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the level's so high.
Yeah, because the margin of error is just so low. Like you have to.
Yeah.
Be on your A game.
Particularly early, because your early game time is a lot more important. Like your time becomes less valuable as the game goes on, at least like in principle, because early game, right? Like your decisions are so important. Like the way you decide to progress your map early game, the squares that you get, how you set up your weapon, that impacts the rest of the game. Like that impacts the next, up to 2 hours of the game rather than just like the next 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever.
Yeah, it depends on the square positioning of those squares. Sometimes
yeah.
You could be, if you're unlucky, you can be like having to preemptively block something because a row or a column or a diag is just too scary to leave alone.
Yeah, an early mistake can force you to go do a square earlier than you want to, and then if your opponent capitalizes on it, like it's very easy to snowball out of your control. It's
also, as the game goes on, or for me at least, it's kind of harder to track people. Like Nexus and Stocko, like when you hear them talk about their thought process in the early game, they're pretty, or like how Ellie did against Nartok with her.
With the needle, the Millicent.
The Millicent's needle, like being able to track that. You're like, okay, yeah, you'll probably go for 6 parries because you did Millicent, then I can take this away because you're probably not thinking of it,
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot harder to do that later in the game.
Yeah.
But in the early game, it's a lot easier. It's like, oh yeah, he probably did this, he probably did that.
All right, this will be Nexus's second cave.
Where the fuck he is.
Yeah, and you can see here Nexus now, because Stocko hasn't marked a square right as I tuned in. He said, I'm scattershotting the board. Like, I don't know where he is. I'm just going to get squares, get blocks. Stocko especially, like, this, Shura, because you play...
Not gonna lie.
He said it seems like Dragon Halberd plays pace, so he might be checking the Halberd now. But this, Shura, against Stocko. Like, Stocko likes to prep. He likes to hide lines. Stocko's willing to risk losing squares to try to sneak a bingo line on you. So it's very scary. The fact that Stocko's not marking stuff is really scary for Nexus, actually.
Yeah, Nexus doesn't know what's going on. It's like, what are you trying to do right here? Honestly, column 3.
Yeah.
That's what. I wonder when Execs will be done. I don't think Stocko may actually be worried about that road now, solely because he thinks that it could be Dragon Halberd.
We see Starfist there from Roundtable. Incredible smithing weapon.
Omen.
Starfist, Omen Killer Cleaver. Stocko also does claim Memstones.
I knew I contested him on
Starfist,
that.
is this a Starfist game? It'll be good for BBK.
Also for Dagger's Fist only. For Fist only, Starfist is massive, actually.
Oh, this is...
Because now Stocko can go Fist only Renala, build up a big threat on row 4, right? as well as claiming center square. This is huge for Stocko. I would not go Godric. I would go Starfist on Renala, right?
I think he wants to confirm 6 parries, and then and then he's probably gonna go a Renala right after this. Is what my just to show prio, I guess. Like, hey, I have.
Actually, this is so good too. Oh, if Stocko gets away with this is really good because Stocko does Margit parry. Like here, I'm gonna put stars. I can't put stars on the board, but Stocko does Margit parries. Then he does Renala with fists. Nexus then has to make a decision. Does he block row 1 with Godric, or the middle row with Godric Nepheli, or does he do whips flails on Godric? Like he has to make a choice. Yep. Unless you want to do whips flails on Renala, which good luck. Right.
Not only that, but the runes for whatever he does will get you to 10 sorceries. So he'll build that. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, this is risky though, right? Because Nexus could go kill Renala right now, and unfortunately, it might be happening. Like this is the game Stocko plays. Like he's willing to take these risks in order to secure other things.
Wetblade?
Yeah, Nexus is going to get the Glintstone Wetblade. Or the magic wet blade, whatever it is. Is it Glintstone? It is Glintstone.
Yeah, it's the Glintstone.
Yeah, so he will get cold affinity on his weapon. So he can have spinning strikes with cold affinity. That's really, really strong. Cold affinity is so great because it gives you that frost status effect. And I can tell you status effects are pretty damn broken in bingo.
I mean... Just with he'll have banished +9 if he does that. Yep. Banished
no
+9 is insane. Oh no.
Stocko rolled just slightly too early and goes down. Oh, that's terrible.
That does suck. That's a big time loss. I don't even know if he grabbed that grace right.
He did. It just hurts Stocko because like he's making a very by doing Margit now it's very aggressive because Nexus could do Renala at any point. It's center square. It's so it's very important to your game plan as well. Stocko
after this you would do Renala, right?
Yeah, I would do Margit parries into Renala with the Starfist, and then the idea is you pressure both row 3 and row 5 at the same time.
And it builds that diag as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, no, it wouldn't. Never mind. That's the flails square.
Yeah, and then Nexus has to make a choice, right? Like, does he do I think he has to go Godric with Nepheli Lu to block row 3, but when he does that, row 5 becomes a big problem. Row 3 is a bigger threat to me than row 5. That's why I think Nexus would have to go Godric Nepheli if Stocko is able to get Margit parries, Renala, and fists. But it's not a good spot because like whips flails without Godric. Like whips flails is the worst square for the Remembrance with X, in my opinion. So not having Godric available sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my god! What the fuck is that dumb shit?
You could also get 10 sorceries right afterwards.
Yeah.
With the
Come on, Stocko.
No, don't do it. Yeah, death here would be... Oh, the frame trap. Oof.
Stocko, just go for it. All right, there's Margit parries.
Nice.
Nexus sees it. This could be a race. The reason why I say that is because Nexus could go... This might be a line race. Nexus could go Exikes, and if anyone's going to do BBK really early, it's Nexus. Like, Nexus could go Exikes into BBK and then just try to kill... Like, just try to race RL55.
I mean, yeah, the Avatar and Bridge Grail are pretty... or the Avatar in particular is pretty quick with Frost.
I think he might need... I don't know if... Because he's such a low level right now, I don't know if Avatar, Bridge Grail, BBK would be enough. He might have to do Grail as well.
What about not even with the gold foot tender, I think.
Yeah, it'd be close. I'd have to do some rune math. By the way, Stocko did let me know that he's having some internet issues here today. So if the stream's not 100%, I apologize. Not really anything we can do about it, unfortunately. Again, like, these guys are not professional streamers, so nor do we ask them to be. All we ask is that they can. If you can play, you can. If you can play, you can play.
That's
you know
cool.
what I mean?
I got stuck on the wall.
Ooh. Okay. I'm honestly surprised that doesn't do more damage.
It's fine. It doesn't do that much damage. It's all right.
Let's see the memes
Dude.
out of Egg Sykes.
Execussy. All right, nice stagger. He can do spinning strike, just tee off with spinning strikes here. Stocko's continuing to press into Stormveil. You know, he might just do Godric Nefelli into Renala. Like, he might just say screw it and just do Godric Nefelli into Renala.
Renala and 10 sorceries.
I mean,
You know what? Hey, at that point,
I don't even know that you. I think you just use Banish Knights on Renala, like, just to make it faster. Like, I don't think you greed for the fists even. Just full send the line.
Sheesh, that's
The thing
super
is, Nexus
scary.
can block with sorceries after Exikes. Stocko, it'll be decision time for the players if Stocko does mark Godric Nefelli right now, or if he's just setting it up, right? Because if Stocko does mark Godric Nefelli, you have to make a decision. Like, for both the guys, are you going Renala or are you going sorceries? They would both probably have the money to go sorceries, and they both have Renala available.
Good moves.
Hmm,
Why did I jump?
that's a tough call to make.
How did I dodge that?
I'm
Also, if
thinking-
I'm Stocko, like, I don't know how I feel about contesting BBK against Nexus, right? Like, I think you realize, hey, I have to block row 4 with RL55. Like, that's my only chance. That's my only block. I either bingo him before he bingos me.
Legendary Kukri finish?
Kukri finish?
Is he just gonna go for that?
I mean, where is Stocko going?
Grabbing some
Oh, he's
smithing
getting the
twos.
smithings. Oh,
Or
okay.
sorceries? Okay, call him one.
Yeah, Nexus is going sorceries. Stocko is really good about some of these niche smithing stone pickups. Sorceries by Nexus right now is really heads up. If he does go for it.
Yeah. I mean, he may see the fact that Renala and Godric are there. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't go Renala now.
No, neither player has done a perfume bottle. Check. I don't believe. Yeah, I would go Renala now. It's just, it's so valuable. Because if Nexus gets Renala, the amount of threats that he has is insane. You have, like, Nexus, like, what do you do? Like, if Nexus just gets Renala, like, not with anything, just straight up gets the square, Nexus threatens the top left to bottom right diag. He has 2 squares on the top left to bottom right diag, 3 squares on row 3, 2 squares on column 3, and he blocks Stocko, any idea Stocko might have of row 2 or row 3. My apologies.
Stocko's way in is just to have some pressure. It's just taking away now. Nexus is not gonna let that pressure exist for long, I think.
Yeah, Stocko's setting up Starfist with Hoarfrost, which I understand. I mean, the problem is, like, you're in such a time game with Nexus. Like, it's a ticking time bomb, right?
Yeah,
like,
well, those 2 deaths set you farm pretty bad, and the market death specifically kind of sucks because he was almost dead, so you had to redo that whole entire fight again.
Yeah, I do agree with Snowy that Stocko has to call the bluff on row 4 a bit. Nexus can be known to just rush. It is possible that he rushes BBK. I saw him do BBK with +0 Starfist in a practice game. or +0 iron balls in a practice game, like he can rush it. I
Hey,
think
sure,
he
is this
probably
line
just called a bluff.
unstoppable?
Yeah.
Sure, is the line unstoppable?
Which one?
Which one is great?
There's some unstoppable lines. I can imagine a world.
I think Nexus is talking himself, trying to talk. Nexus wants to go for row 4. I think he's trying to talk himself into rushing row 4.
Doable. And you would be ahead on rune level. Ish.
Goes to debate parlor. Yeah,
Is
he's
he
not going.
finishing
He's going finishing incants
or sorceries. He's
or
gonna
sorcery.
get
Yep.
he's gonna get the invisible wall sorcery. That's usually Comet here. Hopefully he grabs the stone sword key. Actually, I don't think you need one on this board.
Meteorite of Estelle there. Yeah, so he bought the 8 from Sellen. He got one from Bulls, and then Meteorite there.
Nexus doesn't have to push for this line at all, though. He has a good threat on that column now, because he has one.
Wait, did he
tunnel.
get the one from Bulls?
Yes, yeah, it was freezing.
Okay.
It was freezing.
Did you see
whatever.
it in his inventory
Freezing
there?
mist. Yeah, it was freezing mist. I
Okay.
think. From Bulls. I was gonna ask if he started with a sorcery, but no. He when he was running over to Sellen.
Yeah, he checked his
the
count.
inventory.
He checked his count. I'm sure he saw 10. I only saw 9, but I'm sure he saw 10. The only reason why you could miss the Bulls one is you have to wait for a second.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, now they're both racing Renola. Stocko has the better weapon, actually, but it's going to come down to RNG. Also, what's scary about dual status against Renola is you can't kill her too quickly.
Ooh,
Oh,
Moongram's
Stocko's
gonna be
getting
huge.
moongrummed. Oh, Moongrum jumps off, but so does Stocko. And Nexus is
Oh,
first into
no.
Renola.
Okay, I'm gonna get this. Hopefully. Remember, it's 4 times. Ow. Okay, 1 phase, nice. Big 1 phase, big 1 phase.
Spinning strikes is insane.
All right, Stocko's in the fight now, too. We'll see if Stocko can one phase her here. No, he can't.
You'd have to get some really bad RNG from Nexus.
Or accidentally kill her.
1.
I mean, Nexus is far ahead,
I
far
could have
enough
just requested
ahead.
there, but I don't
Yeah.
want to
He's already got one.
That would suck.
I mean, Stocko will still get Remembrance Fist, right? But that's not really what you want here. You want that center square.
Oh, that shit did not hit me. I disagree.
I mean, it's just the row 5 then that you would have to go for. Except Nexus already has a Ruins boss with sorcery. And that would build that column 3.
That's the third one. Stocko will be entering phase 2 here. We'll go back to the dual screen. Nexus
just
either
needs
needs
one
a
more.
death or the worst art. A death or an accidental kill. Yeah, okay, there's 4 for Nexus.
That's it. This middle square being gone is pretty bad. Nexus already has one ruins
Ow.
boss, so he could pressure that.
Okay, I need
through.
runes bosses now.
He's going runes bosses.
Okay, that's good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Getting clocked here. Oh my god, bro. Block the Hoff Nexus, dude.
Yep. Okay.
That's so fucked.
I did ask the ref to just double check the sorceries for Nexus. Slightly worried you didn't get the one for bulls.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't know how you fight him. How you fight Nexus. He's so fucking fast. It's actually insane. Is that 4?
Stocko doesn't have to wait. Oh my god!
That's what I deserve.
No. I mean, that's game ending.
Yeah.
It's like... I mean... There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, that's awful for Stocko. And like you heard him
It's
there
a
even
big
beforehand.
loss.
Like Stocko goes like, I don't know if you guys could hear that, but he goes, how the hell do you even fight? How do you even fight Nexus? Like, how do you play him? Like, he's so fast. Like, it is true. Like, Nexus is a problem.
Yeah, I mean, he beats you on like milliseconds. Whenever you were
Yeah.
talking to me, like he's like another player in the server like Xeno, where you would be running a speed run and Xeno would just like already be ahead of you by
Yeah.
like a couple of seconds, and it's like, how? It was like, we just started.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you guys saw how good Shuro was, and granted, Shuro was not your best day, but I mean, Nexus wrecked you week 1, right? Like, he's...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah, it's one of those. I'll forever be like upset about that. Ideally, if I make playoffs, I'd like to play him again, so I can actually give him a good showing instead of that.
And I think the one thing that is becoming interesting, like for playoffs, right? I think the player who has Nexus figured out the best in practice is Nartok, right? Like Nexus said he's only beaten Nartok like twice in practice. Nartok got him in the playoffs last season in the Ricky Rumble event. The thing is, like, Nartok's a great player. I fully expect him to make playoffs still, but like he's in a bad spot. Like he's up against it, right? Like he's 2-2. He has losses now to Shura and Ellie, who he's going to be fighting for the playoff spot, right?
Yep.
So that means
Nuzlocke will be fine, but he's not in the best position, unfortunately.
Yeah, and he still has to play Nexus, right? Like 5-3 should get you through. I think even if Nartok loses to Nexus, as long as he closes out all his other games, he should get through. But like he's got to close them out, right? Because look, I mean, even if Stocko does go down today, right? Like Stocko's going to be tied with him at 2-2. Chris is, a very good player. He's at 1-2. As well as like, we haven't seen Alex since Alex has been on vacation, so he's only played 2 games. Alex is going to have an opportunity to like bounce back here. It's going to be, unfortunately, Ratty's probably out of playoffs with 4 losses. There's a chance, but it's going to be really hard. And like Moody's 1-3, like he's still in there, but like, it's looking to be a real fight.
Okay. Hey, if you don't want to attack me, I won't say no.
Spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tight.
Yeah.
Like the competition's so like you cannot. Doing runes bosses now.
Yeah.
From Nexus, that makes sense, and now it just forces Stocko into like. I mean, if Nexus really wanted to, he could win just by that bingo. I mean, it's just pure synergy. Kill Radon, get 4 Larva Tears, do the Bell Bearing, you're done.
Yeah.
But Looks like, oh, he's gonna do Falling Star.
Yep.
Yeah, when it comes to the Recusants division is not only the Recusants but the Red Mains.
The Red Mains too, yeah.
It's shaping up to be like that. It's like it's really tough to call. Like those slots are not as secure as I thought. Coming into the season, I was predicting that my top 4, in no particular order, are like Nexus, Nartok, Stocko, and Chris. I thought those were the 4 strongest players.
Mm-hmm.
And it's possible that one of them, could not make it in, and it's insane because
it's possible that
up for grabs.
Yeah, it's possible that 2 of them don't. I mean, hell, it's possible that like 2 of them don't make it in, right? Like,
yep, absolutely. Depending on how the head-to-heads go,
yeah,
you drop a match here and there, it's like gets pretty scary.
Yeah, it's also interesting too because as a result of having like each division now has one player who is dominant, right? Like Nexus is going to move to 5-0, Helios is 4-0.
I thought I was right there.
So as a result, like it's
I don't know why
making
I kind of just want to see
the fight for those other spots, like the remaining 3 spots, like really tight.
Yep.
Oh, Wiki yeah, I'll post the Crucible matchups if you can send them to me. I'll read off next week's Crucible matchups so you can, if you send them to me, I can do that after the game or when we have a break in this one.
I think this is like, I know in his match against me,
that's our second tunnel.
Honestly, one of the weapons you don't want in Nexus's hands is Banished Halberd +8.
Yeah,
you don't want him to have an immediate like weapon that just like he picks it up, he does halberd check, he picks it up, he's like, all right, time to go. Like now I can just kill whatever I want. It was like I don't have to do setup or anything for now.
Yeah, it's becoming interesting. So this is the halfway in terms of not everyone has played like the schedule works a little weird like because of like people needing breaks and stuff, so not everyone's on the same amount of games, but in terms of weeks, this is the end of week 4, so this is the halfway point of the season, and it's like now that we're starting to get the playoff picture like together a bit, it's becoming very like some of these games are becoming so important and interesting, right?
Yep, absolutely. I like how it's shaping up. It's like there's Nexus and Helios. But there's not anyone else like that is guaranteed.
I mean, and there's a chance that like, you know, it's a tall order for Ellie, but like I think she, you know, look, we would have said that.
She has a good shot now.
Like we would have said that going against Nartok. Well, I'm not even talking about the playoffs, right? I'm saying like it's a tall order, but if Ellie beats Nexus, right? Mm-hmm. Which I mean, we would have said it was a tall order coming in today. But against Nartok, but she got it done against Nartok. If she can do it against Nexus, even the 1 seed becomes crazy, right?
Oh yeah, it would be decided by head-to-heads.
Jump!
And you definitely want to be the one.
I mean, I think you want to be the 1 seed.
You don't want to be
the 4.
You don't want to be 4.
Yeah.
You don't want to be 4 in either division.
Yeah, because the way it works is you play across divisions. So the 4 seed in the Red Mains will play the 1 seed in the Recusants and vice versa, right?
Yep. So as the standings stand right now, it would be Nexus up against Asum and Helios against Stocko.
Yeah. Well, either Stocko or Nartok.
Yeah, they're
tied.
You don't want to be in.
Oh, this is really good tech by Stocko. Stocko using the drawstring lightning grease to get lightning damage. This is really cool tech.
You can pick this up from in Kaled, right? On the way up to
mash.
Actually, niche.
Mm-hmm.
I've been meaning to think of doing this in one of my games. It's just sometimes it's just part of, it's like fate, where when there's not a lot to do with the deck side of the maps, I always get a lightning weapon so I can do virgins.
Did who not? Which one? Anna did not grab Renola Grace. I think they both, maybe not the Grace at Renola, but that was dope tech from Stocko. So Nexus is now doing Bellbearing Hunters. The idea behind this is to almost completely shut down the board. He had getting rid of the column 5 idea from Stocko. Nexus is just so worried with Stocko not having marked anything. He could be fully prepping and rushing a bingo.
It should
Yep,
stagger.
absolutely.
Yep. I have no stamina.
I mean, in this position, you would somewhat feel pressured to.
No stam.
It was like, I need to get back into the game. What's something that I can like put pressure on?
I like how Strump asked where the greases are, and everyone's like, "Don't fucking tell him. He can't learn. He can't learn the tech."
Bellbearing.
Yeah, I find it interesting too, because like talking again about the schedule, right? Like gonna glaze Strump a little bit. Like Strump's in a very similar spot to where you are, right? Where it's like you guys, he played Helios week 1, you played Nexus week 1, and also coming into it, like I think you two were the biggest like wild cards in my head, where I was like, I could see you guys doing really well, but I could also see you guys not doing well, right? Because you were you're two incredibly talented players, but also like less proven commodities. And you're actually in a very similar spot. I would love to see a matchup between you and Strump somehow in the playoffs. I think that'd be very interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, if he disrespects Prio like I do, then that would be a fucking crazy match. I like holding it, but I like disrespecting and holding Prio to like the heat death of the universe. And he does too. That would be a really fun match.
Mm-hmm.
Which could happen.
Yeah, it's very possible.
I think Strump's in a really good position in the red mains division.
You dickhead.
To
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Should just be Dedge. Yeah.
I can't really call the red mains division though. Not really.
I mean, they're both very hard to call.
Like, just looking at the players.
In the red mains, it's a lot less obvious, like, who's fighting for as of right now, Rambler and Strump are fighting for the 2 seed with Asim's lost today. But Rambler's a game behind Strump in terms of he hasn't played. He's only played 3 games to Strump's 4.
Yeah, I feel comfortable calling that Helios and Rambler are going to make it through. I think I feel comfortable there. Helios as the number 1, and I'm not sure.
Oh no, Strump has also only played 3. My apologies. Strump has only played 3.
In terms of recusants, I would still say Nexus and Nartok. But maybe Nartok's loss today kind of hurts his number 2 chance. I'm not sure. I don't. There's a lot.
It's still possible, but yeah, it's like it'll take a lot of diving right into it.
Yeah, all the head-to-heads and tiebreakers, depending on how, because it's not. One of the worst things you can be in, and in terms of the tournament setting when it's group stage, is that some of it is out of your control. You never want to be in that position, and with how the games have gone, with people having different heads-to-heads against like other different players, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah.
I think the number 4 seed will probably be decided like. By a head-to-head or something like that.
Also, it is possible. One thing that is, after today, if Nartok, you probably have to lose to Nexus, but win out otherwise. Like if he goes 5-3 and he is the 4 seed, there's a potential that we could have a Nartok Helios game in the quarterfinals.
That would be insane. And those are one and done, right? That you just play,
it's best of 3, and you're like, so the way it'll work is the quarterfinals. If you lose, your season's over. If you lose in the semis, then you would play in the 3rd place, and if you, and then obviously, So if you lose in the quarters, you're done. If you win the quarter, as long as you make it to the semis, you're guaranteed 2 more sets, whether that be the semis and then the finals and/or the 3rd place match.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. I can't wait until. I mean the level of play when it comes to playoffs is gonna be it's gonna be incredible.
Playoff bingo.
The metagaming I think is gonna the the
There's gonna be a
metagaming
fuck
against
ton of
players,
runes,
because
too, for
by then you'll have
Radon.
like
If I just
a
do
lot of
Radon.
information of how these how people play.
Radon's not a bad play, actually,
like,
on here.
they're
There's just a lot of synergies with him.
some people just play the man.
Playoff bingo is so incredible and exciting.
I just duck under that.
Like I remember like especially in the finals last season between Alex and Helios. Like I know you haven't seen Alex play, but he's an incredible player. Like I literally had chills like calling those matches the whole time. Like it's just incredible.
Yeah, those matches are
Where's
gonna
my
be
stagger?
All right,
Where's my
Stocko's going.
stagger?
gonna be fantastic. Unfortunately, he's losing his prio on this.
Nexus is confused why he's not getting a stagger. The reason
the
why
fucking Nepheli threw my cash.
Well, the reason why Nexus didn't get a stagger there is because when you summon, poise increases. So if he's used to counting poise, it's a lot harder with a summon. The only boss that is not true for is Radon. Because you summon in the arena.
He doesn't have Bloodblade though. I was thinking maybe the.
Wait, why is Stocko not using? Oh, he's gonna switch to Starfist. He just wants to proc Rod. Now he'll switch to Starfist. Yeah. Oh no, he's summoned.
bro.
Oh my gosh.
The accidental summon?
This is just not Stocko's day.
That's so fucked.
He had to quit out.
He has to quit out. Yeah.
God.
And he's gonna lose the rot. You only get one rot grease. That sucks.
That is just like. I mean, it sucked. Dying to.
I wonder at this
dying
point.
to Red Wolf sucked.
I
Dying
wonder
to
if.
Renala sucked. But also, like, there's just so
Yeah.
many like little mistakes that you can't do against a player like Nexus.
I'm kind of surprised Nexus isn't just thinking about BB. Like I know he wants to get Altus and play Principled to block road 2, right? Mm-hmm. I'm a little surprised though at this point he's not thinking about just sending BBK. Because he has the level and everything to do BBK at this point pretty comfortably, and if he gets it, row 4 is pretty unstoppable with RL55, right?
Yeah, I mean he would be ahead. He already has 2 remembrances down.
The only thing is I am a bit surprised Nexus isn't looking to potentially clean up column row 3. Row 3 is a little scary, right? Because Ancestor Spirit and the Glove Wards have good synergy. Also, that synergizes with 3 Remembrances and could get you into sewer mode, right? Tunnels is the key square there. There is somehow life for Stocko if he can somehow get tunnels.
Yeah, he would have to get tunnels. Ancestor Spirit has one of the remembrances.
Yeah. It would also require a misplay from Nexus, I think. But there is potential for life.
Well, what would you I mean, Nexus already has 2 remembrances. Yeah. He would just block with that. And he will see it. He'll see it as soon as Larval TH probably gets marked. He'll probably finish that, or tunnels.
Well, if I was the problem is Stocko is actually, as crazy as it sounds, maybe Stocko should have summoned here. Maybe you don't want to get the fist only square just to hide the fact, like continue to hide the fact that you're doing a remembrance, because the second Stocko, oh my god.
Well, this is the worst game.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's tough. What I was gonna say though is the second that Stocko marks Remembrance Fist, right, that puts Nexus on really high alert for row 2. Also, I mean, sure, I hate to do this to you, but like, I mean, this has not been Stocko's day today. He just hasn't played well. Like I will say, like, you know, if you're gonna play bad, it's kind of bad. It's kind of good to play bad against Nexus, right? Like it's you on paper, you're probably toughest game of the season, but like I don't know, you had this happen to you week 1. If you're Stocko, it's kind of going through your head right now,
bro. I don't know what's going through Stocko's head. In my head, I was like, yeah, this is fucking. I was like, I don't even know why I died to I died like twice to fucking getting into Liurnia. It was already chalked. I was upset, and then the frame rate didn't. I was just losing my mind.
Yeah.
When I think he also sniped me a lot, which sucked. Being in this position, I don't know.
I mean, the good news
It just sucks.
Oh, Nexus dies there.
Oh, and Dr. Virgin death.
Yeah. One thing I will say for Stocko is I think Stocko has probably played arguably the toughest schedule so far. He played Ellie in week 1 and won by bingo. Then he played Shura in week 2 and lost by bingo. He beat Chris in week 3, who's an incredible player, someone who you thought was, like a favorite for playoffs, right? And now he's playing Nexus in week 4, right? He still has to play Nartok, but like, I mean, unless you're playing, just going by record, unless he played Nartok instead of Chris, that's literally the hardest possible schedule you could have played. And coming out of that at 2-2, I think is very solid, right?
Yep.
Because Stocko,
for Stocko, you're just like, basically, what happens whenever this happens, or at least whenever that happened against me, or against Nexus, I was like, I will never allow that to happen again.
Yeah.
So I don't think you'll ever see this from Stocko ever.
Well, it also like for Stocko, right? Because he still has to play Nartok, but then his other 3 games here against Moody, NVCC, and Ratty, like all those players are at least 2 games below 500, right? Or 2 games below an even record. So every game in this league is very difficult, right? All the players are incredible, but just going based on record, like he has the easy, he has record wise, a good schedule ahead of him.
Yep.
And
yeah, I think Stocko will basically, he'll look down on himself maybe for just how he played, but it's like we all have bad games. I have bad games. I fucking get destroyed.
Yeah.
Sometimes just because it's like it's pretty easy. I mean, you're playing a Souls game.
Yeah, I know.
These games are not like easy games. They could kick your ass sometimes.
The margin for error is so slim, right? Like no one plays lights out at all times, right? And Nexus or Ratty, Nexus had a bad day against Ratty earlier on this season. Like honestly, Nexus was pretty lucky to escape with a win there. I think we saw kind of the duality of man with ASIM this weekend, right? He played an incredible game against Dino, like probably his best performance ever against Dino.
Then he had the fastest square pace for Golden Order so far.
Yeah, like the fastest 13 squares anyone's done this season, anyone might do this season. And then, has a bad day against Ra, and Ra was able to capitalize and get the win, right? It's a Souls game. Like margin of error is really slim. All it takes is one bad time roll to snowball and ruin your day, right?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. You just have to somehow recover, and it's hard. I mean, in almost all my games, I guess the game today was the only one where I didn't start off poorly, but the first 3 games I started off pretty poorly.
Yeah.
In terms of I think I made the wrong play, or I got sniped, or I died. Something dumb happened. And it's, recovering from that is can be pretty tough, because you're playing against someone like if they don't have a similar issue like you do, I mean, you lost, all things equal. Yeah.
Also, I do want to, while we got a minute here, I want to show some love to Shura, Sci-Fi, and Harv. They made a website. Like I asked potentially about a website, didn't really follow up with them though. And they've taken the ball and run with it, and it's an incredible site. They keep up to date all this, a ton of cool stats. as well as like scheduling and standings and everything are on the website. Like it's a lifesaver for me. I refer to it all the time now. Make sure to check it out. Like they're all incredible. And yeah, if you want to look at some of the kind of like advanced stats from the league, as well as just see the standings for yourself and everything, be sure to check out the website. They've really done a wonderful job with it. So just want to say thank you to those three.
Yeah,
And-
I appreciate it. Like, yeah, me, Sai, and Harv have been, we've been working on it, trying to make it actually look good. Yeah. Was the website ever optimized for mobile? Nope, that's the problem.
But-
Doing that has made my head hurt. Like trying to
Yeah.
figure out how to make it look good on mobile, which is the goal eventually. Because
Yeah.
I think most people like they'll pull out their phone and then try to see the scheduling and stuff really quick.
Yeah, and the other thing too, like those are the same guys that made the mod, right? Like actually, this season, in how incredible it's been, is not possible without Sci-Fi, Harv, and Shura. Like the everything that they've done for the league is just insane. Stocko's gonna murder his mimic really quick here, so we'll go check in with Nexus. Yeah, like
One more? Give it to me? Fuck
this
you.
season
You
in the way it
suck.
is simply not possible without those three, so I cannot thank them enough. Also, I hate that Nexus does the speed run now, like the speed run way of getting to Radon. You'll see everyone else will do the glitch where they run backwards to like de-aggro him and make him shoot arrows the wrong way. It's like a weird
dodge.
like AI thing you can take advantage of. Nexus doesn't do that because it's slightly slower, even though it's a million times safer. And
Yeah, I know.
like that just shows, like that's kind of, I don't know what else to say.
It's just
like
the risk. You got to take risks, even though this one doesn't really do anything.
Yeah,
Like a couple of seconds.
it's
but
like Nexus's logic is like it saves us a couple of seconds and they do it on any
It's
percent
Ross
glitchless,
reset.
thus I have to do it.
yup.
Right? Like that's what the logic is.
Okay. Good damage. Really good damage.
Oh, I saw Strump asked how I keep stats. I just have like a big JSON file of all the bosses that are being tracked right now, and I
Thanks, Okina.
most of the time
Give me
I
the
am
frost, give me the
watching
frost, give me the 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 frost.
But obviously for my game, sometimes Harv and Sai like they have to. They do the stat tracking for me whenever I'm playing or something like that.
So that is 3 remembrances, which does shut down the board and is pretty much the nail in the coffin. I think now Nexus, look, you've done a good job. You've been a good boy, right? You've blocked all your bingos. It's okay. You can go do BBK now. You can do it, buddy. It's okay. I know you
He's
want
not
to.
even going
Yeah.
for it. He's gonna do the Altus tunnel. No.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he's going here.
There's a couple of things you can do. There's Hero's Grave, kill DTS and set up Sewer Moog. That's a horse boss. You can knock those out.
All right. Stocko's going for flails. Remember, it's what flails only. Yeah, I'm really not sure where. I think I know what Nexus is going to do. I think he's gonna go get the Smithing Stone Bell Bearing 2 and then kill the Onyx Lord as his last tunnel.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, the tunnel's not long.
No,
contrary to
not at all.
belief. A lot of people strayed away from that tunnel because they thought it was long, but it's pretty good. Pretty quick. Cool trick about the Serpent Flail on what he's using is that it has like a big AoE whenever you do a jump attack with the fire. I wonder if he'll get it off. There you go. pretty solid flail. Unfortunately, a lot of the flails kind of. This is a square you definitely don't want to do unless you get like chain link or something, because a lot of the flails require a lot of stats. Whether that's dex or it's like family heads where it requires the int as well, or in this case, serpent flail I believe requires faith.
I love the charge to explosion with the ash.
Yeah, the Asher Warrior is really good. It is. Solid fight, solid charge R2. I think he's hitless so far.
Very nicely done by Stocko. Does get the square. And yeah, Nexus is going to finish this out for tunnels.
I will say something about Godric in my game. Since I am keeping track, and I know no one has died so far to Godric, I was legit I was thinking of quitting out because of how poorly my Godric fight was at the beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, I'm not fucking getting marked. I was like, you guys aren't gonna. It's like, I'm the only Knights Cap death so far, and I'll probably remain that way for the remainder of the season. I don't want to have another one of those.
Yeah. Also, I feel weird doing this, but I should. Especially because you guys have all been so supportive this weekend. This weekend's been incredible, but I actually did hit all the requirements on YouTube to get monetized outside of subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to me on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it so I can continue to live out this like crazy little dream of being a content creator as a job. So if you can sub, I'd really appreciate it. It'd be awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, your latest video is fantastic.
I wonder if I could just stagger lock him. With
Yeah, it did a million
strikes.
times better than I ever expected.
Okay.
Mr. Onyx Lord coming in.
Yeah, I need a lot of subs, serious.
I really want
need
to
a lot of
strikes,
subs.
but I don't know if it'll work.
But everything else I have.
Okay, can you stop moving?
What's the limit, or what's the thing that you need?
Nope,
It's
does not work as I
it's
thought it would.
500 for like the first stage of monetization, which like doesn't really do much. It's just like the super chats and stuff. For AdSense, you need 1,000. So I need a lot more subs.
We'll get those numbers up.
Alright, this
Yeah.
guy's immune to frost. Oh, you dick.
True, serious.
Okay, one more hit.
Stocko got Ruin's greatsword. I'm not sure why.
Dude, can you fuck off?
Colossal check. I don't know why
Yeah.
we did the colossal check. Yeah.
All right, that's tunnels.
Nexus now only needs 2 squares left to end it. And go for it. BBK.
I think
level
what he's gonna
55.
do here is he's gonna upgrade to +12, change the affinity, and then go kill BBK. Like just either change to straight magic or standard because you don't need the frost for BBK.
Mhm.
And that might be enough for RL55 too, especially with 128,000 runes in his pocket. No, I'm not doing that, Snowy. I have honor. I have honor.
Going for sub to sub, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, go to
Yeah,
little,
I have
Iggy's
honor. I'm
video.
not gonna like bot or farm subs. I will ask to sub on my own Twitch stream, but that's as far as I'm going. That's as far as I'm going.
Go to little Aggie's video. Go like,
Yeah.
that's a great video. Anyway, here's the newest video. Is like, if you want more Elden Ring content, just straight up,
Yeah.
be shameless.
No, I have honor. I'm not doing that. I will do it the right way rather than the the bullshit scummy way.
Is she going Ancestor?
No, he's going.
Oh no,
BBK.
he's going BBK.
Yeah.
Yeah, Third Church. This is probably his favorite part of the map right here, because of the paintings. He knows he's optimized the paintings route.
Mm-hmm.
Him, Nartok, and Helios are like freaks. They optimize like.
Well, the
almost
problem
anything.
is it's mainly him and it's honestly mainly him and Nartok, and then they just feed it to Helios. Like Helios doesn't really do anything. He just joins the call and is like, "Oh, they're routing and learning strats. I'll just sit here and learn. I'll sit here and get better." And that's the thing too, like all these calls are public in Zero Scratch. So like if you want to learn bingo or like listen to these guys talk about bingo when they're not actively in a game, we'd love to see you in Zero Scratch. You can also just come hang out with us. You can play practice games, watch the Crucible games, which after this game, I'm going to announce the schedule for the Crucible next week. And yeah, so if you just love bingo and can't get enough of it, if somehow after 13 matches in one weekend, you're still craving more bingo, we'd love to see you there because we literally talk about bingo every single day. It's kind of problematic. It's an addiction.
Hey, I mean, that's what you need.
Yeah.
Also, insane that Nexus's loading screens are so fucking fast that he quits out at this door because it's faster than just opening. Honestly, I need to probably test it for myself if I'm actually able to, if it's faster for me.
Yeah. Yeah, Nexus is prepping BBK here. This very well could be for the win. I'm not sure what level he's at, but this could be for the win. Stocko is fighting BBK, but since
Pretty
this is
decent
potentially,
damage,
or
actually.
not,
It's
sorry,
not that bad.
Stocko is fighting DTS, but since this is potentially a game ender, we will keep it full screen with Nexus.
Okay.
Oh. Let's see if he gets memed on by the
That
terrain.
hit me. Okay, that hit me.
Alright, he's okay.
Probably should R2 there. You know, that's actually not bad damage.
Well, he got a headshot there. That's why the damage was good. Okay, Nexus is level 53, so yes, this is for the game.
Damn.
Unless Stocko somehow snipes RL 55 right now.
A majority bingo.
Yeah, it would be bingo majority for Nexus.
Not only that, but in a
Yeah, dodge the bad
pretty
attack, no way.
fast amount of time.
Yeah, really good time actually for bingo majority too.
God, that Ash of War fucks.
This will be the match that ends week 4 of the Golden Order.
Yep, final match of week
Give
4.
an R2 right there. Stack
Another week gone. No Moog
Should be
Lord of
staggered.
Blood.
I
has
swear to
been
God, there
done
will
yet.
be more go to butt at some point this season. It must be.
I'm picturing it happening in a
Oh yeah, dodge the
random
bad
game.
attack again. Stop going that way. Thank you. I feel like
Stocko's
jumping that
going
actually might be not
Crucible
bad with this
Knights.
weapon.
Crucible Knight
Should
in
kill.
Lindell.
Big.
All right, that's BBK,
that's-
and now he just needs to sit and level, and that'll be the game.
Jeez.
And that's it.
GG's to Nexus. Congratulations. It was a huge
what a game.
weekend. Huge weekend for him. 2 great games played by Nexus this weekend.
Oh,
2 bingo
GG
wins.
Stocko.
Oh my god, this Owadon picture. Wait.
It's
It's so-
absolute.
It is absolute.
Shout out Lo for making that picture.
All right, there we go. That's good enough. All right, really quickly before I bring the players in here for a post-match interview, I'm going to go ahead and read off the Crucible schedule for next week. It'll be week number 6 in the Crucible. So I'll read them in, as Rambo gave them to me. Snowy versus Low. That'll be a great game. Snowy undefeated, looking to go up against Low. Sci-Fi versus Dagger. That'll be very fun. Mayor versus Harv. Fitz versus Torsides, Tanner. Champion versus Elden Wiki. Cronies versus Noya. Selges versus Lorian. Jurs versus Deutz. Malta versus Sean. Wander versus Andro. Burton versus Distorts. Angry Philosopher versus Satan. Shaka versus Cashmore. And J Legacy Pants versus a Stormies. So that'll be another fun week in the Crucible. Week number 6 out of 9 in the Crucible. So, and I'll definitely be doing commentary on some of those matches again this week. So I'll keep you guys posted on which ones I end up doing commentary for. And with that being said, I've kept these guys waiting long enough. We will go ahead and bring them in.
That would have been cool.
Welcome
Hello.
in, Nexus. Welcome in.
Hello, hello.
Sorry, it took me a second. I was reading off the Crucible schedule for next week.
I just opened the stream. It's all right, man.
But GG's, dude. Another great game from you and a huge weekend for you. Now moving to 5-0 and 2 big bingo wins.
I know, dude. I'm so happy. I was so nervous about this match because Stocko's like really good. Oh, this match could have went either way, I think. So this is a big weight off my shoulders, I feel like.
Yeah, I think there were just some uncharacteristic mistakes. It just wasn't Stocko's day.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Never mind. I won't make the.
I mean, it's unfortunate, right? Like, but hey, I mean, for you, like, win's a win, right? Like, take them how they
I'll
come.
take it. I'd like to hear about what happened because I feel like I know Red Wolf was a snipe. Like that just kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, I told Stocko he can join it when he's ready.
Okay.
But I can kind of. So Red Wolf was a snipe.
I figured, yeah.
And then he also had just a couple, like he died to Red Wolf once. That wasn't why it was a snipe, but he went to finish it afterwards to get memory stones. He also died to Margaret.
I had a fast Red Wolf.
Really fast. He also died to Margaret once. I think his idea, he had a really strong idea at one point because he had Godric Nefelli prepped, Margaret and memory stones. I think the idea was to do like Renala and Godric Nefelli and potentially push that row 3 just because of some of the deaths, right? He was just too far behind on sorceries. And then he was in the fight with Renala when you got the square.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then, after that, I think rightly so, he was
He was
just
crashing out.
Yeah.
So he didn't go against BBK at all? Really?
No, he never went to BBK. No.
Huh. Interesting. I thought I loved that play, dude. The X Sykes and putting pressure on BBK rune level 55. I loved that.
I knew you wanted to go for it the entire time. Once you got the final block, I was like, okay, Nexus, like you've been a good boy. Like you've gotten your blocks. You can go do BBK now. But yeah, I mean, just a really great performance for me. Like, really great weekend for you, and really dominant performance. I look forward to seeing the rest of the games. I think you got. When is your game? Is Nartok next week?
He might be.
Let me check the week 5 schedule. I can read the week 5 schedule for the Golden Order as well.
But I think I have week 5 off actually, and then I have Nartok on 6. I think, unless I'm wrong.
Let me double check this. Week 5, it'll be Helios.
No, I do have Nartok.
Yeah, week 5. So on Friday, it'll be Helios Ginger, Sirius Rambler, and Chris NVCC. Then on Saturday, it'll be Chris versus Shura, Nartok versus Nexus, Ellie versus Ratty, and Dino versus Durf. Then on Sunday, we have Ra versus Ginger, Ra versus Strump, NVCC versus Stocko, and ASIM versus Rambler.
Ooh.
So those will be.
That's a good week. Week 5 is good. There's gonna be a lot of good matches.
Yeah, it will be a lot of good matches. Also, if I think Stocko's just pretty frustrated, but I will say, for Stocko, right, like obviously an unfortunate loss, but he's literally played by record in like one of the hardest schedules possible to this point. Like I still think, look, he's 2-2, right? He played you, he played Ellie, he played Shura, and he played Chris. Like by record, the only way he could have had a more difficult schedule is if he played Nartok instead of Chris, right? Because he's obviously standings aren't fully updated, but he's literally at this point played 1st, 2nd, 4th, he's 5th, and then he's played 6th. So I think all in all, it was
there he is.
Welcome
GG's,
in, Stocko.
Stocko.
GG's,
man.
GG's.
I heard about what happened. That sucks, dude.
I mean, dude, what happened was I went up against you. You're fast as hell. And honestly, this board was weird to find a plan. It kind of felt like a C-square, do-square board, basically. I don't know about what you thought, but yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do a little bit of setup with tunnels, but then I forgot what 3rd tunnel you do. So I held on to it for really long. And I ended up doing the Onyx Lord.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, well, I got plus 12 out of it, so that was cool. And then I just killed BBK with that. It was pretty fucking good, dude.
Plus 12 Banish Knight?
Yeah, dude, that shit fucks. Yeah. Frost with Spitting Strikes?
Yeah, dude, you can't go wrong with that.
Man, so good. Is that what you used to, the Banish Knights?
For certain points, I rocked the Star Fist because I was hoping to kill Renala with the fists. But
where were Star Fists?
They were round table.
Oh, I never went to round table, I guess. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. There was. I mean, I don't know how much time we have to talk about it, but it was like, I think I made the key mistake of just not doing. I guess apparently you do halberd check before you go Red Wolf every time.
If it's as big as it is right now, then yeah, I pushed Red Wolf as soon as possible because I knew it was big on this board.
Definitely, yeah. Did you skip Graces or anything?
I actually didn't. I didn't skip any Graces. I didn't. Well, I guess I didn't get Crystalline Woods, but like other than that, no. I got Artist Shack or Stormhill Shack. I mean, Gatefront, the Urnia Highway, Raya.
Yep, makes sense. I started with Great Stars, so I thought, hey, I got the runes. I can just it takes three levels. I'm not going to do the halberd check. Maybe I'll save time. But it's such a gamble, right? Because Banish Height plus 8 is obviously faster.
So good. Yeah, I started with Grave Scythe, and I fucking hate that weapon. So I was like, please give me anything that I can use in halberd check, and it was Banish Knight. So I was like, okay, hell yes, give me that. Really nice. Thank you. Yeah, that was big.
Really nice. Perfect speedrunner weapon. Yeah. Good shit.
Yeah, it was nice. GG's, man.
GG's, guys. In Stocko, I don't know if you heard, but like I was just saying, like, I mean, all in all, like by record, unless you played Nartok instead of Chris, like, obviously I know frustrated after today, but look, I mean, you've played pretty much the hardest possible schedule, like instead of playing like by record, right? And I still think, despite the loss 2-2, right? You're still in a good spot to make playoffs, and we all believe in you, dude. And
thank you.
Yeah, I know we know you will bounce back Absolutely. Next week. Yeah, I mean, it happened to Shura week 1, and look at him now, right? So you can do it, big dog. We believe in you.
Thanks, dog. I appreciate that.
100%, you got this, Stocko.
Hell yeah, Nexus. Good game, man. Well played.
GG's, brother.
Please become Elden Lord.